There's a reason you're here right now, in this exact moment, watching this message unfold before your eyes. It's not coincidence, it's not chance, and it's certainly not random. The universe has been whispering your name, guiding you toward this revelation, and heaven itself has opened a door just wide enough for you to peek through and see what's been hidden from you until now. Someone's name is being revealed to you today, a name that carries weight in your soul, a name that's been dancing at the edges of your consciousness. And before this message ends, you're going to understand why their energy has been so present in your life lately. This is your moment of clarity, your moment of divine understanding. So if you feel that pull in your chest, that knowing deep in your spirit, make sure you're subscribed because the messages coming your way are meant specifically for your journey. You've been feeling it, haven't you? That strange sensation when you wake up in the morning. That inexplicable knowing that someone is thinking about you, that their energy is reaching across whatever distance separates you and touching your soul in ways that words cannot explain. Perhaps you've been seeing signs everywhere, numbers that repeat themselves, songs that play at just the right moment, dreams that feel more real than your waking life. And through it all, there's been this name, this person, this energy that you can't quite shake. Heaven doesn't reveal names without purpose, and the divine doesn't interrupt your peace without reason. When the spiritual realm begins to show you someone's identity, when their names start appearing in your thoughts, in your prayers, in the quiet moments when you're alone with your soul, it's because there's a message attached to that revelation, a truth that you've been ready to receive, whether you consciously know it or not. The angels have been working behind the scenes of your life, orchestrating moments, aligning energies, preparing both you and this person for what's about to unfold. You might have tried to ignore it, try to convince yourself that you're reading too much into things, that your intuition is playing tricks on you. But deep down, in that place where your soul speaks without words, you know better. You know that what you're feeling is real, that the connection you sense is genuine, that heaven wouldn't be showing you this name if it didn't matter profoundly to your path. This person has been on a journey of their own, walking to their own valleys and climbing their own mountains. And somewhere along the way, your paths became intertwined in ways that go beyond the physical realm, beyond the surface level interactions, beyond what any casual observer could see or understand. Think about the last few weeks, the last few months even, and notice how often this person has crossed your mind. It hasn't been intrusive, hasn't been obsessive, but rather like a gentle tide that keeps returning to shore. Their energy keeps washing over your consciousness. You might find yourself wondering what they're doing, how they're feeling, whether they're thinking of you too. And these aren't just idle thoughts or meaningless wanderings of a restless mind. These are spiritual signals, divine breadcrumbs that heaven has been leaving for you to follow, leading you toward this moment of understanding. The universe speaks in whispers before it speaks in shouts, and what you've been experiencing are those whispers, those gentle nudges from the divine telling you to pay attention, to stay open, to trust what you're feeling even when logic tries to talk you out of it. This name that's being revealed to you carries a frequency, an energetic signature that resonates with your own soul's vibration. When heaven shows you someone's name, it's not just about identifying who they are in the physical world. It's about recognizing who they are to your soul's evolution, to your spiritual growth, to the unfolding of your divine purpose. This person might be someone from your past who's about to re-enter your life in a new way, bringing closure, healing, or a second chapter that you never expected. They might be someone who's currently in your life, but whose true significance you haven't fully recognized yet. Someone who's been playing a supporting role, but is about to step into the spotlight of your story. Or they might be someone you haven't met yet, but whose arrival is being prepared by the universe, whose entrance into your life is being carefully orchestrated by forces you cannot see, but can certainly feel. The divine timing of this revelation is perfect, even if it doesn't feel that way to your human perception. You've been growing, evolving, shedding old layers of yourself and stepping into new dimensions of your being. And this person's name is being revealed now because you're finally ready for what it represents. Perhaps months ago, even weeks ago, you wouldn't have been able to receive this message with the openness and understanding that you have now. Your spirit needed to reach a certain level of awareness, a certain frequency of consciousness, before heaven could show you this truth without overwhelming you or sending you down a path you weren't ready to walk. Every experience you've had, every lesson you've learned, every tear you cried, and every moment of joy you celebrated has been preparing you for this revelation and what comes after it. There's something you need to understand about spiritual connections and divine revelations. When heaven shows you someone's name, it's not always about romance, not always about a soulmate connection in the traditional sense that popular culture has taught you to expect. Sometimes it's about recognition, about seeing someone for who they truly are beneath the masks we all wear, beneath the defenses we've built, beneath the versions of ourselves we present to the world. This person whose name is being revealed to you as a role to play in your journey, whether that role is to teach you something essential about yourself, to challenge you to grow in ways you've been avoiding, to show you what unconditional love really means, or to walk beside you through a chapter of life that requires a companion who understands your soul's language. The angels don't reveal names lightly, and when they do, it's because there's work to be done, healing to be experienced, joy to be shared, or transformation to be undergone. You might be wondering right now if this person knows, if they're receiving the same signs, if their angels are whispering your name to them just as yours are whispering theirs to you. The answer is complex and beautiful in its complexity. Spiritual connections operate on multiple levels simultaneously, and while it's possible that this person is consciously aware of the bond between you, it's equally possible that they're feeling it in ways they can't quite articulate or understand. They might be experiencing unexplained pulls toward you, sudden thoughts of you that seem to come from nowhere, dreams where you appear with messages they wake up struggling to remember, or they might be completely unaware on a conscious level while their soul recognizes everything and is working behind the scenes of their awareness to bring about what needs to happen. The universe doesn't require both parties to be consciously aligned for divine will to unfold, but it does ask that at least one person, and right now that person is you, stays open, stays trusting, stays willing to follow where the Spirit leads. The name being revealed to you today comes with a responsibility, a sacred trust that heaven is placing in your hands. You're being asked to hold this information with care, to not force anything into being through manipulation or control, but rather to allow the divine plan to unfold in its own perfect timing. This is where faith becomes practical, where trust becomes an action rather than just a feeling. You might want to rush toward this person, to tell them everything you're feeling, to demand answers or clarity about where things are heading. But the angels are asking you to pause, to breathe, to let the revelation settle into your soul before you make any external moves. There's a season for everything, a time for planting and a time for harvesting. And right now you're being shown the seed, being told what's been planted in the spiritual realm. But the full bloom of this connection requires patience, requires you to trust that heaven's timing is far more perfect than anything your human impatience could orchestrate. If tears are forming in your eyes right now, if your heart is beating faster, if you feel that overwhelming sense of recognition washing over you, write the words "I trust divine timing" in the comments below. Let that declaration be your agreement with the universe, your way of telling heaven that you're ready to surrender control and allow what's meant to be to unfold exactly as it should. This person whose name heaven is revealing to you has been praying too, has been seeking guidance, has been asking the universe for signs about their own path and purpose. Even if they don't realize it consciously, their soul has been in communication with yours, meetings happening in dream states, in meditative spaces, in those in-between moments when the veil between worlds grows thin. You've been co-creating something together on the spiritual plane, building a foundation that will eventually manifest in the physical realm. And every thought you've had of them, every prayer you've whispered, every moment you've sent them love or light has been contributing to this construction. The angels have been architects, drawing up the plans, but you and this person have been the laborers, doing the energetic work that makes manifestation possible. Heaven reveals names when the spiritual construction is complete enough that the physical manifestation can begin, when the energetic foundation is solid enough to support what's about to be built in the tangible world. There's been healing happening that you might not have been fully aware of, preparation work that the divine has been doing in both your life and theirs. Old wounds have been gently touched by angelic hands. Old patterns have been slowly dissolved. Old beliefs that would have prevented this connection from flourishing have been carefully dismantled. You're not the same person you were 6 months ago, a year ago, and neither are they. The version of you that's receiving this message today is capable of handling what this connection represents in ways that previous versions of you simply weren't ready for. This is why timing in spiritual matters is so crucial, why the universe doesn't give us everything we ask for the moment we ask for it. We need to become the people who can hold what we're asking to receive, and that becoming process takes time, takes trials, takes transformation that can't be rushed without damaging the very thing we're hoping to create. The name you're being shown carries a lesson wrapped inside it, a teaching that you've needed to learn but perhaps couldn't learn any other way except through connection with a specific soul. Maybe this person will teach you about boundaries, showing you through their own behavior or through the dynamic between you where you've been giving too much or settling for too little. Maybe they'll teach you about vulnerability, creating a safe enough space that you finally feel free to remove your armor and show some of the truth of who you are beneath all the protecting and performing. Maybe they'll teach you about joy, reminding you that life is meant to be enjoyed, that pleasure and play are spiritual practices, that laughter is a form of prayer. Or maybe they'll teach you about letting go, about loving someone without needing to possess them, about honoring another's journey even when it takes them away from you for a season or forever. Whatever the lesson, heaven has chosen this person as a teacher because their soul carries the exact frequency needed to crack open whatever you still needs cracking, to heal whatever still needs healing, to awaken whatever still sleeps within you. You've been asking for signs, haven't you? Asking the universe to show you clearly what you're supposed to do, who you're supposed to focus on, where you're supposed to direct your energy and attention. This is that sign, this message finding you right now, this name that keeps circling your awareness like a bird that's found its home. The divine doesn't shout, doesn't send lightning bolts with explicit instructions, but rather works through synchronicities, through feelings, through messages like this one that find you exactly when you need them. Your willingness to watch this video, to stay with these words, to open your heart to what's being said is itself evidence that your soul knows this information is meant for you. Trust that knowing. Trust that inner yes that's been building as you've been listening. Trust that the name floating through your consciousness right now is the one heaven wants you to focus on. This revelation comes with a promise attached to it, a guarantee from the universe that whatever unfolds with this person, whether it leads to lifelong partnership or brief encounter, whether it brings joy or challenge or both, will serve your highest good. Heaven doesn't guide us toward people who will diminish us, who will make us smaller, who will take us away from our purpose. Every soul that enters our orbit has been cosmically approved, has passed through divine filters to ensure that their presence in our life, regardless of how it feels in the moment, will ultimately contribute to our growth, our evolution, our return to wholeness. This person whose name you're recognizing right now has been approved by your angels, by your guides, by the highest version of yourself that knows what you need even when your conscious mind is confused or afraid. Trust that approval. Trust that even if things get messy or complicated or painful, there's a divine intelligence orchestrating everything, ensuring that you're never given more than you can handle and always given exactly what you need to become who you're meant to be. The energy between you and this person has been building for longer than you realize, accumulating power, gaining momentum, preparing to shift from the spiritual realm into physical manifestation. You might have felt it as restlessness, as a sense that something important is coming but not being able to identify what. You might have felt it as anxiety, as your nervous system trying to adapt to a new frequency that's about to enter your life. You might have felt it as excitement, as that butterflies in stomach sensation that appears when your soul knows adventure is approaching. All of these feelings are valid. All are signs that the veil is thinning, that what's been invisible is about to become visible, that heaven's revelation is moving from concept to reality. Your job isn't to figure out every detail, isn't to plan every step, but simply to stay open, stay aware, stay present to the unfolding that's already in motion. There's something deeply sacred about this moment you're in right now, this pause between revelation and manifestation, between knowing a name and understanding its full significance in your story. You're standing at a threshold, and thresholds are holy places, spaces where transformation happens, where one chapter ends and another begins. The angels are surrounding you right now as you receive this message, not to interfere with your free will, but to support you, to strengthen you, to remind you that you're not walking this path alone. They've been preparing this revelation for weeks, months, perhaps even years, waiting for the perfect moment when your heart will be open enough, your spirit mature enough, your energy aligned enough to receive it without fear, overwhelming faith. That moment is now, this moment, and the fact that you're here, that these words are reaching you, that recognition is dawning in your soul, proves that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This person has been carrying you in their energy field too, whether they realize it or not. When they laugh, when they cry, when they pray, when they dream, your essence has been there, woven into their experience in ways that transcend physical presence. You've been affecting each other from a distance, raising each other's vibrations, calling each other forward into higher versions of yourselves. This is the nature of spiritual connections. They don't wait for physical proximity to begin their work. The soul recognizes what it needs and begins moving toward it long before the mind catches up, long before the body can follow. What you're experiencing now is your mind finally catching up to what your soul has known all along, your consciousness finally receiving the download that your spirit has been trying to send for quite some time. The universe is asking something of you now, a request that might feel challenging, but is absolutely necessary for this connection to flourish in the way it's meant to. You're being asked to release expectations, to let go of your attachment to specific outcomes, to stop trying to control how this story unfolds. This doesn't mean being passive, doesn't mean sitting back and doing nothing, but rather means taking inspired action when you feel genuinely guided while releasing the need to force results. Heaven has shown you this name not so you can manipulate circumstances to create what you think should happen, but so you can recognize the divine at work and cooperate with it. There's a dance happening between free will and destiny, between your efforts and divine grace, and finding the rhythm of that dance requires you stay present, stay flexible, stay willing to be surprised by how things unfold. Your heart knows the truth even when your mind is full of doubts and questions. That knowing you feel, that certainty that lives beneath all the surface confusion, is your direct line to divine wisdom. The name being revealed to you resonates at a frequency that your soul recognizes, and that recognition is proof that heaven is speaking, that the universe is guiding, that something real and significant is happening beyond your ability to logically understand or explain it. Trust that knowing more than you trust the voices of fear, more than you trust the cynicism that tries to protect you from disappointment, more than you trust the people in your life who might not understand what you're experiencing. Your spiritual journey is unique, your soul contract are personal, and what makes sense for your path might look like foolishness to someone else. That's okay. Expect it even, because you're not walking their journey. You're walking yours, and heaven's revelations are tailored specifically to your needs, your growth, your destiny. The coming days and weeks will bring clarity, will bring confirmation, will bring the next pieces of this puzzle that you've been trying to solve. Pay attention to your dreams tonight and in the nights to come, because the angels often use the dream state to communicate messages that are too complex or too nuanced for waking consciousness to receive. Pay attention to the songs that play unexpectedly, the conversations you overhear, the books that fall open to specific pages, the messages you receive from unexpected sources. Heaven speaks through everything when you're tuned into its frequency. And right now, with this revelation fresh in your awareness, you're more tuned in than you've been in a long time. Don't dismiss the small signs, the subtle nudges, the quiet confirmations, because often the most profound guidance comes in the softest whispers. This person needs you as much as you need them, even if the specifics of that need look different for each of you. Your souls have agreed to this encounter, have contracted to meet at this point in time and space for purposes that serve both your evolutions. Whatever unfolds between you isn't about one person saving another, isn't about completing each other in ways that suggest you're incomplete alone, but rather about recognizing each other, witnessing each other, supporting each other, and becoming more fully yourselves. The healthiest connections don't make us dependent. They make us more free, more authentically ourselves, more capable of standing in our own power, while also being vulnerable enough to let someone see us clearly. This is what heaven is orchestrating. Not a fairy tale rescue, but a genuine soul meeting that has the potential to catalyze profound growth for both of you. The name you're hearing in your spirit right now is wrapped in divine protection, surrounded by angelic light, held in the palm of the universe's hand. Whatever fear you have about this connection, whatever worry about being hurt or disappointed, the angels want you to know that you're being guided carefully, that divine intelligence is overseeing everything, that you're not being set up for pain, but for evolution that might include some discomfort, but will always lead toward your highest good. Trust is the key that unlocks the door to miracles, And right now you're being asked to trust more deeply than you ever have before, to believe that heaven knows what it's doing even when you can't see the full picture, to have faith that this revelation is the beginning of something beautiful even if the path to that beauty includes challenges you didn't anticipate. There's a reason this message found you today, in this moment when you needed it most. Heaven doesn't waste time, doesn't send signs randomly, doesn't reveal names without purpose. You've been chosen to receive this information now, because now is when you're ready, when the timing is ripe, when the energetic conditions are perfect for what's about to unfold. Everything in your life has been leading to this point, preparing you for this person, for this connection, for what you'll learn and who you'll become through this experience. The universe has been writing your story all along, and this chapter that's beginning now has been planned since before you took your first breath, encoded in your soul's blueprint, waiting for the perfect moment to begin. If this message has touched something deep inside you, if you feel that this name being revealed is the answer to prayers you've been praying, allow yourself to receive this with an open heart and subscribe to continue receiving the spiritual guidance that's meant specifically for you. The angels have more to share, more revelations to unfold, more truth to speak into your life. And every video you watch is another piece of the map that leads you home to yourself and to the connections that would define your journey. Let this be the beginning of your conscious partnership with the divine. Your decision to stop doubting what you feel and start honoring the wisdom that lives in your soul. The universe is speaking, heaven is revealing, and your only job is to listen, to trust, and to take the next step when it's illuminated before you.